Hello crafters, today I'm very excited because I'm going to be unboxing this embroidery pen from Sea Whisper, and this is a bit of a story behind it, but I'll tell you all of that in time in this video, so stay tuned. And before I start, can you please like, comment and subscribe to my channel? It would mean the world to me. So I originally saw this on Instagram, an Instagram ad, and this is only the second time I've been like really affected by advertising. And the first one is this foot massager I've underneath my desk, which I was in hospital and I was kind of like obviously very sick, and I saw it on the television and I really wanted it, and now I don't really use it, but look, I guess that's me. But this is only the second time it's happened. This is the result of my second thing. Again, I saw it on Instagram and my mind was completely blown, utterly and totally blown, and I was just like, I have to get it, and I guess I did, and it's available on Amazon. And this isn't actually not the one I originally wanted to get. There was this one that seemed a bit better. It was also like £4 more expensive, so the quality would probably have been a bit better, but I got this because the other one was not available on Prime, unfortunately. And I also recommend getting some embroidery floss. Obviously, I got this on Amazon. Was it like a £5? Anyway, everything will be linked below if you want to check that out. So I saw it on Amazon, and actually when I kind of dug deeper a bit and kind of researched it a bit, I actually found out this is not this big new phenomenon. It's apparently called punch embroidery, and there are some people who do it like very seriously, and it's not just some kind of big fad. But you know, I didn't know that, honestly, so you learn something new every day. And also the very big thing, which was the decider for me, is that it makes loops that almost put me off. So it doesn't kind of go underneath the fabric, it just loops underneath it, and obviously then it can be pulled out super easily. But I guess as long as you're not going to be using it for clothes or something too functional, like a wall hanging, an embroidery hoop, you're not going to be touching that every day, or I don't know, you might. So it should be fine. So anyway, I'm going to get into the unboxing, enough ranting, and yeah. So mine was from Sea Whisper, which is I think the original brand that makes it. And I have a bit of a confession to make. I already unboxed it and used it for something, but I kind of put it back together. I was just so excited and I had so much to do and I could not film the video at that time, but I'm doing it now. So I'm just going to kind of try and act it out. So before I start, you get it in this plastic thing, and this was about like £6 on Amazon, so that's good enough, I guess. That's good, quite cheap, and obviously it's going to save a lot of time. So you get these German instructions, and obviously that's great if you can speak German. Unfortunately I cannot. So you also get these black and white, unfortunately, ones. There's also these QR codes, but I didn't do that, but you know. So here you can see that it makes loops on one side, and on the other side it makes a stitch, and that's another very big thing about it. It makes a loop and a stitch, so it's going to take up a lot of thread if you're just using it for the stitch side, but also it's going to save a lot of your time. That's never bad. So this is the actual pen, and as you can see, it has a little thing that screws off, well, you probably can't see it, and it also has this thing that comes down like a needle, like an injection needle. And I actually switched this out. This is the second largest one. You also get a larger one, which is the one that it came with, and you also get these little covers for it, which is nice, but the larger one was making the holes too big and they weren't really filling in, so I'm going to try this one. And I think I tried embroidery floss through this, and floss does work. Floss works through that as well, and this one I don't think floss will fit, but maybe for thread or something. And the big one, I don't think you go up to like jute twine, but you know, you can try whatever you want. And you also get these two threaders. These are really important. They are really, really important. That's what I'm going to say. Because without them, you cannot use it unless you have an insane amount of patience. I don't have that. And you get two of them. And I actually I coloured one of mine purple. Actually, you probably couldn't make it if you had the right things. But look, anyway, I coloured one of mine purple because I have so much white with on my desk with double-sided tape, release paper and everything. I'm just going to lose and throw it into the bin. But purple I don't have a lot of, so I'm less likely to throw it into the bin. And the threader is just a thin wire in a loop. So that's it, and I guess I'm going to show you how to thread it. So, how to thread it. This is actually not too hard once you've mastered, once you've tried it once or twice. I haven't mastered by any means, but once you try it once or twice, it's quite easy to do. So, and you can also change out again the needles, and I could probably show that. I think I'll be doing a review on this, so you can check that out there. So, okay, how do you do it again? Okay, so to start off with, you're going to want to take your threader and insert it through the hole in the middle of the needle, and you want to take it, and you're going to want to take it up to the very top. And I like to just screw this on after, because it's kind of hard to get it through the hole there. And here I have some embroidery floss, and again this is the one from Amazon, and I'm going to thread it through the little hole here, so you're getting this, and then I'm going to pull this through all the way and let that go. And then here, if you can see, there's a little hole there, and I'm going to stick that in through the front. I just have to get the thread out of the way, sorry. I'm going to get that through to the front, and then I'm going to take my thread and pull it through that hole. Anyway, if you can't understand from this video, I don't blame you, and it is very easily explained on the instruction manual and online as well. There's plenty of other videos. So there it is threaded. Obviously you do not need this much waste thread. You can just pull it about like an inch or something. And a note on embroidery hoops. There are two, at least to my knowledge, styles of embroidery hoops. Obviously the more traditional one, and this might be just the quality of mine, but when I put it through with some fabric, I found even if I tightened it very much, it kind of loosened through, and you really want a very tight hold. So that's why I'm using this kind of one, and it has kind of like a rubber outside that's flexible and a hard plastic inside. And then you just slip it on and put it through. And this is what I made with this. This is my first project. It says hi. It says hi, yeah, I know exactly, but it was just something quite easy that I did to kind of practice a bit, and just to practice the length of the stitches and everything. And you really have to make sure that they're kind of uniform to get the best results. And you can see you have the loops there, and the loops can be a big problem, but I put some glue on it, and I really don't want to pull it out, but I don't know, I might try. And if I try that, I'll tell you down below if the glue works. Maybe you could just thread through them, but I don't know if that would work. So, anyway, so you probably know how to put a thing on an embroidery hoop by now. Or maybe you don't, I don't know. But I'm just going to do it with this old sheet I had. And again, this is where I punched with the biggest needle, and it didn't fill in. It probably would, but I didn't bother filling it in. So that is probably not the best idea for something like this. This is an old sheet. An old sheet, yeah. So, sorry, I'm a bit rambling. But I'm just going to get my embroidery hoop on, and then I'm just going to pull along all of the sides to stretch it a bit. And this I recommend doing. So there you can get that, and this is obviously attached to it, but I don't really care now. So, actually I'm going to cut this off. It's kind of annoying me, sorry. Sorry, I'm just going to cut the excess off. I didn't think of that before, to get some fabric for myself. So, here you can see that. This is not on right, but it's fine, it can be done after. So you're going to want to take your embroidery, you're going to want to take your pen, your embroidery punch tool, whatever, and then you're going to want to stick it somewhere into the surface, and then, oh, okay, no, actually first you have to put it down, and then you have to tighten it. That really helps. So I put it normally down all the way, or most of all the way, and then you want to stick it in, and then you're going to want to take, if you can see there's some thread there, you're going to want to take that thread through and leave it at the back, and then you're just going to want to lift it up but not above the fabric, and then just when it's at the surface, just slide it over and go back down again. And obviously this works itself so much faster than traditional embroidery, but I guess traditional embroidery has the benefit of not having the loops at the back, and I made the loops a little small there, so that's obviously not ideal, but to make the loops bigger you just punch further, and then you can see again it all pulls out underneath these ugly holes, but look, it's fine anyway. And again, the high project was the first thing I did, and the next is the next thing I think is going to be this one, and this I found on Pinterest just looking recently, and I think it would be very nice maybe on a pillow or something, and it's lavender, and I'll try to link that below if I can find it. Just an easy project to make your first project with. It's going to get lighter. Yeah, so that's a good first project, I think, and I have everything set up. I think I'm going to do that as a kind of a treat project when I get this really big thing at school done, so I'm going to use this anyway. So I think that's a good unboxing. If you have any questions about it, please tell me down below and I'll answer them, and I'll try answer them in the next video. Everything will be linked down below, obviously the product, the embroidery floss and the pen, and also some videos you might like, and my subscription, so you can subscribe to my channel and my other not like my Instagram or social medias. So enjoy. I'm going to kind of think of what I can do next, and I'll try share the projects I make on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram and you'll see. And if you have this, please tell me any tips. I'm really new to this and I don't know much about it, but I'm really excited to know. And although embroidery is not a big thing I do, I really want to make it a bit bigger in my life. So yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching. It means the world to me. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.